guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Nastasia, and today's video is one of the most needed videos, I would say, for girls, or I guess anybody. Like, you could be a guy watching this, maybe these tips will help you, but I know I'm a girl, and so I think I can help girls a little bit better. Obviously, you're watching this because maybe you just got broken up with, which sucks. So, I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks and also a little pep talk to help you through this awful time. But before I do that, if you end up liking this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my videos and want to get notified when they come on my channel. Words, English. Also hit the bell if you want notifications to your phone when I post. First of all, I'm very qualified to talk about this topic. I have gone through my fair share of breakups. Whether it's me doing the breaking or me being the broken, I have gone through my fair share of the breakups. And guys, it sucks. It does. And that's the first thing I want to say is it's allowed to suck. You are allowed to be upset right now, and you are allowed to not be happy, joy, all the things. So I'm gonna go in stages. There are a few stages to a breakup. There is shock and sadness. There is, okay, you have to get back on the bandwagon of life, but your mind and heart aren't in the bandwagon of life, but life has moved on. And then the third stage is you have moved on with the world and everything is still spinning. So, but we have to start at the beginning, which is stage one, which sucks a lot. So first of all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for the pain you are going through right now. It really is. Like, heartbreak is one of the worst pains in the world because, in my opinion, the reason it sucks so bad, it's like a cold. It's like the common cold. Let me explain. It's not that common, but let me explain what I mean. Like, when somebody has, like, the flu or, like, something really bad like bronchitis or even strep throat, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you have strep? That's awful. You should go home, you should rest, you should do everything, and you're like, thank you, I know. And then if you have the common cold, you feel just as crappy. Like, you feel like crap. But because you're like, oh, I have a cold, people are like, oh, it's just a cold. Like, get over it. Okay. So, what I mean is with a breakup, you can see like so many people having really awful things happening in their life, or things that, like, you know, like they lost their job or like something like that, or somebody's sick, and so everybody is like, oh my gosh, like that's a horrible situation, can relate with them and all the things, which I'm not saying that's bad, you know, obviously. But with a breakup, I feel like sometimes it's just kind of like, oh, shoot, well that happens, it's time to get over it, and you're like, First thing is, it sucks, it's okay to suck, you are validated in your feelings, and I am here for you, friend. So, in the first stage of the shock, all your friends are going to be there for you most likely, even family might be there for you, and it might hurt a little bit less just because you have them there and everything, but it's still going to hurt a lot. It's still going to be hard to fall asleep at night. You're still probably going to dream of them, and you're still probably going to wake up and think about them, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up, all the things. My tips for the first stage of this section is you need to show yourself some freaking self-love right now. You need to forget all of the things you can forget. Now, that doesn't mean like your job, your responsibilities, your school. Like, I've still had to go to school like the next day after my breakup, or work the next day after my breakup, and all the things. You still have to do your responsibilities and the things you have to do. But like, if you have a bunch of sick days and you need to use one, use one. Do it for your health. Do it for your heart. Take a bath. Watch Netflix. Eat as many cinnamon rolls as you want to. And eat as much pizza as you want. Have your friends over. You know, watch a sad movie. Take this time to be as sad as you want. As long as you are safe, as long as you are okay and you're not going to like harm yourself, you're not in like a really bad place, it is okay to be sad. Cry as much as you need to. Literally as much as you need to. You need to cry every day? Girl, do it. You need to cry twice a day, 3 times a day? Do it. I have been there. And do that as much as you need to. Let all your emotions out. surround yourself with friendships, and eat a lot, watch a lot of Netflix, do the things you have to do, and then, and do them well, but then give yourself some time to be okay with your heart hurting. Okay, so you're moving out of the first stage of the breakup into the second stage, which I think is the worst stage. Stage 2 sucks. Because what is it, like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after your breakup, and the world has moved on. And maybe that guy has moved on too, which hurts even more. And all your friends, they're there for you and they love you and they're still checking in, but at the same time, they have to move on with their life and they can't be there for you every second of the day, even though I have some awesome friends who have been there for me all the time through everything. But it's time, like, it's kind of like unsaid, but it's kind of like people are like, all right, well, you kind of have to start getting your life together now, you can't eat 10 cinnamon rolls every day for the rest of your life. In the first stage, you can. Second stage, you can't. So, second stage, whatever this time is for you, when you feel like the world is moving on and you have to move on with it, but you don't know how because your heart is still in stage 1, but the world is in stage 2, and you don't know how to get everything in one stage. Okay, so, first thing, it's still okay to cry. I want to tell you that. It's still okay to cry. It is okay to cry as long as you need to. But you need to start taking care of yourself. You need to start getting up in the morning. You need to start putting on makeup, shower, making yourself look good to feel good. Now I'm not saying that you have to wear makeup to look good, but if you normally wore makeup before the breakup and everything and, spent time picking out outfits and that made you happy, do that. Go do the fun things. And even if they're not fun right now, like, start keeping up with yourself. Start trying to get back in the habit of taking care of yourself. So that means, like, if you haven't shaved your legs in, like, 6 weeks because, what's the point? I don't have a man. Okay, well, I get it, but go shave your legs for you. Second stage is really, like, start focusing on you. Start focusing on bettering yourself. This is really like the comeback moment for yourself. And, even if your heart isn't there yet, start running towards these things until your heart catches up, if that makes sense. So start reading your Bible again, start a schedule for that, start praying again, start making things priorities. It's going to be hard at first because you don't want to, you just want to stay in bed, you just want to be sad, but that was for first stage and now we are in second stage, you hear me? And so start getting back into the swing of things. That doesn't mean you have to be happy that you're back in the swing of things yet. That doesn't mean you have to be happy yet. You just have to start, you just have to start doing things. So that means start eating healthier again. Start going to the gym again. Stage, something that I think is a great thing to do. This sounds really dumb, but this is like a secret tip that has always helped me. Whatever perfume, lotion, body wash, shampoo, any smell that you wore while you were with that guy, you need to either throw it away or you need to store it away somewhere and go buy new stuff. I don't care if it's expensive stuff, I don't care if it's cheap stuff, I don't care if it's from Bath & Body Works, Walmart, Sephora, whatever it is. Go buy new lotions with new smells for everything. Because scent has so much to do with your memory, and it will only put you in a negative space if you keep smelling the things that remind you of him or times with him or anything like that. Don't do it. Go get a new smell. And this is like your comeback scent, I guess. And maybe one day, that's why I said you can store it away, because you will get over this. It will be okay, and you'll be able to smell that again and it won't hurt you. But also, this is the stage where you can start being like, I am sad. I am not in a great place right now, but I'm going to start bettering myself. Not for him, not for anybody else, but because I deserve it and because I can. And that's what this stage is about. You're going to start making goals. And this is kind of like a distraction from the pain you have, okay? And usually distractions aren't great, but I think in a situation like this, they're great. If you want to start replacing every time you think about him or think about the breakup or something that makes you sad or anything or an anxious thought about it, start thinking about another goal instead. Like, transfer your mind to something else. So maybe that's fitness. And every time you start thinking about it, just be like, nope, and go on Pinterest and start looking at like healthy food recipes or like workouts or something like that, or watching a YouTube video about it, or going to the gym, going on a walk, blah, 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 and just make that mind connection to switch it automatically. Or it could be something else. It could be a goal for like, maybe you love to write. I wrote a lot of poetry through different breakups and stuff, and it helped me a lot. It helped me release things, and you know, maybe that will help you. And feeling like then you have like accomplished something. Or painting is great. Or like if you like making YouTube videos like this or something, you know, focusing on that, focusing on your career, where you want your goals to go. You can even focus on something simple like cleaning or organizing, or reading your Bible. That's a great, great, great one. Talking to God. That's something that has always brought me through. That's the number one thing I do when going through a hard time in general, and especially like a breakup or something. Turn to God. Every time you're hurting, turn to God. Just say like, please help me. Like, this hurts. Like, He knows. He understands. When the world is moving on, God isn't. That's something you should know. When the world is moving on and saying you should move on too, and you should be better now and all that, God understands that you're not. And He's there for you. So like, really like focus on that, and focus on like, you know what, right now I'm going to improve my spiritual life. I'm going to better myself spiritually. I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to grow through this, you know, instead of just going through something, grow through it, because you're going to go through it anyway. So you might as well grow while you're doing it. And then the third stage is the best stage. It's where you might have some thoughts about him still, or the breakup once in a while, and it might make you sad, and you might cry once in a while, but it's not every day anymore. And you're doing good. You're doing good. And it might still sting a tiny bit, but you can see what's on the other side. You know, stage 1, you were in shock. Stage 2, you were thinking, I'm never gonna not feel like this ever again. But stage 3, you're finally feeling like, you know what? It's gonna be okay. I'm not perfect right now, but it's gonna be okay. And stage 3 is the best. Honestly, it is the best. Because you start like getting back in the groove of things, and usually you end up way better than you were even before the relationship, because you've learned things. And that's where you can start really like crushing your goals, and your heart, you feel like your heart has caught up with where you have been doing things, and like you feel better, and you can hang out with friends and not feel so sad anymore, and not feel like you don't want to do anything, you're just doing it to do it. Like, now you feel like you're actually wanting to do it, and all these things. And stage 3 is great. Yeah, and so also I wanted to talk about some tips that have like helped me, and I kind of spoke about some of them, but you know, getting in touch with God this whole, like through the whole situation, that's great. And also like working out, that's great. Keeping a journal is so good. Keeping a journal is great, just to write down all your thoughts. What I did a lot of times, even just in hard seasons, was I would write down, like, I would have a scale at the top of each journal entry I had, and sometimes I'd write once a day or once a week or like 3 times a day, and I'd write what number I was at, 0 out of 10, 10 being like the most pain, I guess, in my heart, 0 being like perfectly fine, and I'd write like a score, like, oh, I'm at a 7 today, it hurts, I'm not great, and then the next day I'd be like, oh, I'm at a 2, it's a good day, like, and just keeping track of it and being able to go back and see how I got through things. Here's a little pep talk for you. You were great before you met this person, you're gonna be great after. And if they, whether, this is specifically for if you were broken up with, if they were able to look at you and know who you are and know the qualities you have and all the things, and say no thanks, then like, oh, like you want somebody who wants to love you, like, oh my goodness. And I wish I could have just yelled this at myself in the past, but I probably wouldn't have listened anyway. But you want somebody who is nuts about you, who doesn't have to pause when thinking if they want to be with you, who just knows if they have to think about it, then no. Then it's a no. Like, you deserve somebody who loves you the way you love people. And you're gonna get that. Put that out into, like, put your energy out like that, you know, start trying to be positive when you can. If you're in stage 1, don't even worry about being positive yet. Eat that food, watch that Netflix, girl. But when you can get to the point where you're positive again, you know, the world is a good place, because God is good and He loves us and He makes such beautiful things, and life is hard a lot of times, but you're gonna be okay. Right now you don't feel like it maybe, but I promise you will. It hurts right now and it feels like it'll never go away, but it will. it won't hurt again. One day it will feel less and less. It's gonna be okay. It just sucks right now. And you're gonna be good. You're gonna get better from this. You're gonna find somebody amazing. God's gonna bring something incredible into your life. And just remember, no matter what hurt our hearts can feel, there's no hurt that God can't heal. There's absolutely nothing that separates us from the love of Christ. Not life or death or angels or demons or anything. Not a stupid boy. Nothing, not heartbreak. Nothing can separate us from God's love. And if anybody understands heartbreak, it's God. Like, you might not understand that or think that God cares, but He does. He invented romance. He invented relationships. He is love. He gets it. Jesus cried. He wept. Like, anytime I feel bad about crying, I just think about that. He cares. So just turn to Him if you need to. And I know that doesn't make it go away, but you're not alone. And just know that there are girls like me and there are other girls out there who have gone through this too. And it sucks, but we are here to tell the tale. And I can promise you, you think that it won't get better, and it will. One day, somebody's not going to hurt you like that anymore. But raise your standards so that you stop taking jerks, if that's what you're doing. I love you guys so much. I hope you liked this video, and go ahead and leave a comment below if you want to pep each other up and give each other a little pep talk, or if you want to talk, because I love hearing your stories and hearing how you got through things and got through breakups, so any tips you have would be great. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!